Good morning, and welcome to another Mocha Money Monday. I am here today with none other than Aquarius Maximus. This young woman has done a phenomenal job helping to educate our community around cryptocurrency and what it can mean as an opportunity to not just store wealth, but to own our wealth. So we're really excited to have Aquarius Maximus, my friend. She is beyond just a cryptocurrency genius. She's a crypto bank owner. She is also found probably more known for how she helps people to understand their pathway through cardology. But I'm going to let Miss Aquarius Maximus tell her story and share a little bit more about who she is. Let's welcome to the show, Aquarius Maximus.
Hey, good
Hey,
morning.
good morning. I'm so glad to have you. Tell the people a
Thank
little
you.
bit about who you are and how you found this path.
So, I'm a geek, spiritual geek.
Mm.
And I've been the technologist for as long as I can remember now, and I've been in this spiritual person for as long as I remember, but I guess things got a little bit more crunk up maybe within the last 10 years of Aquarius Maximus. Um, Kind of moved from behind the computer to being a little bit in front of the computer because I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing things for a long time. Back in the days, I used to be known as Web Diva in the web development circles. I worked with clients like Samuel Jackson and Steve Harvey, and we had a really nice development company that was geared towards Hollywood and Black entertainers. So through my years, I've had the privilege of working with some of the biggest people and known to man. And it seemed like that continued over into my work as Aquarius Maximus too. But I never really realized that I would be like in front of the camera too. I didn't really want to be, but I wanted to get my message out on all fronts about how important technology is, how important learning these tools out here spiritually could help you. I just want people to know that there are things that can help you navigate life, and especially no matter how many challenges you have, because I myself got plenty of challenges. I got 8 kids. I'm a single mom. Been a single mom for a while. So I want people to see that, hey, if I could do it, you could do it too. And guess what I use? So I'm not a gatekeeper to anything that I'm doing. I could have been, even in crypto, I could have been a crypto gatekeeper and just got in crypto myself and just, benefited off of the cryptos that are out there that I've touched many. I met some founders of some of the biggest cryptos as well. But I was like, we need this for our people. So that's how I started on the journey with GuapCoin too.
Okay, so let's talk about GuapCoin and let's also segue into your book so that you can talk about the importance of becoming an author and writing this book, Crypto for My People. So, what is GuapCoin? How did you found a cryptocurrency? What does that look like? And how can we all utilize this in our community?
Well, I remember when my good friend, who's another geek, my geek in crime, he came to me back in about maybe like 2011, 2010, and introduced me to Bitcoin. But he didn't explain Bitcoin as money. If he had told me it was money, I would have paid more attention. So I didn't really pay attention. He was like, hey, get this wallet, download this thing. I downloaded the wallet. It took forever to sync up. And I was like, okay, what do I do with this? He didn't really know what to do with it. So I didn't really jump in. At the time, I was very distracted off of my development work and other stuff. But it wasn't until like maybe 2014 with my first startup saved to me, and I got into the whole raising funds, VC game and stuff like that, that I realized that number one, Black women didn't get funded. So I kind of got thrown back into reality. because I thought that, hey, I'm smart, I got great ideas, who's not going to give me money for, to get this project off the ground? I was sadly mistaken. I was
Aren't we
like,
all?
oh wow. And that's when my eyes were open. And then I was like, well, the type of solutionary I am, if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna make it.
Mm.
That's me. Like, I'm not the type of person to give up. I'm like, okay, well, if you're not gonna give me money, I'm gonna get my own money. And that's when I founded GuapCoin. So I was like, well, we need our own money. Then that way we can better decide where money needs to go and who then, what projects we need to invest in. Because every idea I had has always been for the betterment of the community. And I was like, we could solve everything with technology if we had the money, you know what I mean, to do so. Like during that time, I was in the middle of a big, huge court battle over my children. I came up with JAMA, which is another project I want to put out, which is a co-parenting platform,
Mhm.
and all of these things. And I was like, man, if I just had the money and, the resources, I could have a whole team of people, working on these things and getting these solutions out that I have. So, yeah, so fast forward with crypto and blockchain.
Okay. And so now during that process, navigating it, like what do you feel like people should know about crypto that you decided to write a book about it?
It's a lot of misinformation on crypto. So it's very misunderstood. And that gets my goat like all the time, I believe, according to the original principles of Bitcoin, it was supposed to be a new type of money,
Mhm.
electronic payment system, electronic cash. And just like Roger Ver, who I kind of look up to, the founder of Bitcoin Cash, he felt that Bitcoin is hijacked and by Wall Street and all that stuff like that to kind of make it something very affordable and unusable to the common man. So there's a lot of promotion out there and stuff like that that really isn't in alignment with what it initially was for and who it was for. So I wanted to set the record straight, via education on, hey, look, this is not really what this is about. This is really money. You can really use it. I remember in the early days, a lot of people, like some people still don't know it's money, but back in the early days, people thought it was fake money. There was like very intelligent people. There was a very, very intelligent person I remember thought it was monopoly money, like
Mm.
just fake money, you know? So that meant that it was able to kind of go under the radar with us. We were not going to pay attention to it because we didn't know how valuable it is. And a lot of people still don't know how valuable it is. So they think it's just, they think it's stocks in a company, or a piece of a company, and they don't know that this is actually really money.
Mm. So, how can people play the game? What should they be thinking about if they want to get involved with cryptocurrency? What are the things that they need to be preparing themselves for to be able to get involved with cryptocurrencies?
Well, back in the days, it was all about building communities.
Mhm.
Crypto, you knew that crypto was community, because of the nature of blockchain, it's not a company, there's no customer service. It really strongly relies on community to educate and assist one another, right? So the big thing is to join communities, build communities, and help each other out, So that's another thing in our community we struggle with. So this thing, crypto blockchain, is actually going to solve multiple problems, not just financial problems, but social and community problems as well. So it gives us a platform in which we can interact with each other on what we call a trustless basis. It's not based on, we don't need to trust because we have transparency. We could see everything. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily have to know or know someone or everything about somebody down to your social security number in order to be able to transact. that's what, the beautiful thing with blockchain is. And then teaching decentralization is very important, because decentralization is the disruption of power structures. Power right now, the reason why we have so much problems is because power is very centralized. And when it's centralized, they can control people. You can have the 1% controlling the 99%. And no matter what the 99% say or do, they don't have enough power to combat to go against what the 1% does. But what the decentralization does is disrupts that, and it gives the people back the power. It decentralizes the power. So now we all have the power to do things like vote, because we can vote on the blockchain. We could vote on initiatives. We can really vote. We can really make money move to where we want it to move to, and we can make a greater impact on the community that way. So decentralization is a big, big, big thing. So I think the important thing is teaching, even more than blockchain and crypto, a fundamental principle that's in blockchain and crypto, which is decentralization and the disruption of power. We need to have the tools to be able to really, really have a voice, really, really, really have power in the community. And that's what decentralization does. It decentralizes the power. It moves the power away from being concentrated into just 1% or a small group of people over a large group of people. It brings more equitable, dealings and stuff to the people and in general. And that's one of the biggest innovations that blockchain brings to us, because blockchain, we can do things like vote, we can decide where money needs to go. And then because we have the transparency, we can actually see where it's going. We can programmatically set rules that we all have to abide by, and those rules can't be changed just on the fly by anybody in secret. So, all of these things that we need to build a proper foundation for community, and I think really suits the Black community even more than anybody. It's like we've really been waiting for this, so we really need to know about it.
So, Tavania, if I want to get started in crypto, what's my first step?
So your first step is to get a wallet. Right? It doesn't cost anything to get a wallet. There are what we call the difference. We have custodial wallets and non-custodial wallets. Custodial wallets are when someone else has custody of your wallet. You know what I mean? And that's like an exchange. So like if you were to sign up to Coinbase, you're having a custodial wallet. They have custody of your wallet, and they can do things like limit your transactions, shut your transactions down, etc. Non-custodial wallet, which is a wallet that you have control over, then no one can do anything over your funds. Your funds is your funds. So you want to start out by getting a non-custodial wallet first. And then if you're going to get your coins, likely you have to go through one of the institutional rails to get it. So they're going to give you a custodial wallet. But custodial wallets are just for, for us purists in crypto, we tell them they're just really for the basic transaction. Once you get your crypto, then you want to send it to your non-custodial wallet so that you have full custody over that wallet, and, nothing can happen to it unless, you do something, you send it or whatever the case may be. So you want to know the difference between those, and you want to get those set up, right? And then you want to work with an exchange. I always tell people I'm hoping that people get more educated about exchanges too, because everybody always comes to me about Coinbase, and I don't like Coinbase because they haven't been very good to us as a people. They have a history of diversity issues and a history of a lot of us leaving their company because of it. So I believe that we are a huge force that would probably add way more to their bottom line than they deserve. And so I don't like to send people there, but they're just stuck on it because of the ease of use and the knowledge. But there are other ways to get crypto. You can literally get crypto inside of your Cash App now. You can get it in PayPal. You can get it, and you usually have to get like a gateway crypto, which is like Bitcoin. And the reason that Bitcoin is a gateway because it's the first and it's the most widely adopted, and it has what we call the most liquidity. It's very liquid, right? So that means that you can flow in and out from different currencies, fiat, dollar into crypto. You can flow a lot easier when it has higher liquidity. Liquidity gets better as a project grows. So that's why we're hoping with GuapCoin, when we grow and we grow with adoption, then the liquidity is better. As a matter of fact, we're hoping to grow to a point where we don't need to go to the dollar, where we could just use that crypto that we have. That's the ultimate aim of where we want to go to. So the next step is you want to get and stack your crypto, and there are many ways to do it. If it's GuapCoin, I always first suggest that you either you become a validator or you get a master node. Master nodes you now have to build yourself and you still have to get coins. But if you become a validator and you come to us, like you come to me and say, I want to be a validator, you actually become a part of our higher governance and you get paid for that. So you actually get to earn your crypto. You can earn a considerable amount of guap, so you never even have to buy it. Your machine is literally printing your guap for you, right? But then you can go to exchanges. If you want to get guap, you have to go to an exchange called Probit. And there are different types of exchanges. There are tier twos and tier ones. Coinbase would be considered to be a tier one, and those are like banks, basically. So they take you through the whole entire banking process. They want to do what's known as a KYC. So they want to check your background, your name, and see, and you have to prove you are who you are, and et cetera. So basically, that is as institutional as you can get. And then they have what are called tier two exchanges, which are the traditional exchanges. These are the exchanges that sprouted up like mom and pop exchanges when crypto came about. But the difference between the two is the tier twos tend to be more difficult for a novice than the tier ones, because the tier ones have so much banking stuff that it makes it look very invisible. But the tier twos are like trading interfaces, and that can intimidate people. But the thing with the tier twos is, think of those as wholesalers. You can get a better deal on your crypto because you're getting direct sale. People are selling their crypto directly on a tier two for different prices and with no markup and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you're going to get a way better deal on a tier two than you are on a tier one, although it's going to be a little bit more complicated to navigate. So we're currently working on a bank which is designed to bridge both worlds as well. It's similar to a tier one, but our focus is on education and educating people on what is called DeFi, or decentralized finance. So any type of financial rails, whether it's trading or peer-to-peer lending, and all of these services are known as DeFi, decentralized finance. So we want to be able to expose people to that world in a place that is secure to them, which is the bank, in the banking, and easier for them to move their money back and forth in between the two. Because right now, it's not easy to move your money back and forth, not even on a tier one. So if you need to move your money around, we want it to be a little bit simpler, safer, and we want you to have customer service, which is what even non-existent in tier ones. We want to bring back some level of you know human customer service if we can, which is the community part, putting you in tune with the community and empowering the bodies and the people in crypto.
Now, Aquarius Maximus, you just said a mouthful. And so when people are thinking, okay, I know that I don't want to get left behind, I know that crypto is a thing. Like, what would you encourage them to do? Like, you told them that they need to get a wallet, but how do they educate themselves, right? Like how you said, the first step is really education. Where do they go to
Yeah.
get this information and this knowledge?
Well, the first step really, I think, is community, because community is going to point you to where you can go to get the knowledge.
Okay.
Nowadays they have communities on Telegram and on Discord and on Facebook groups and all this stuff like that, but you got to be careful because everybody
Mhm.
has an agenda
Mhm.
and there are a lot of bad actors out there, you know? So the only person I can really vouch for is me. I can't vouch for a lot of people out there, But if you look for me on YouTube, I got a couple of free classes because I was a master class teacher for a platform called Class Rebel, where I taught some crypto master classes, and I speak on crypto everywhere. But I also offer through 1 million wallets, we're trying to organize crypto pop-ups and community pop-ups. So I've been raising money on women for a minute for that. I haven't been really successful in it because I'm just not a crowdfund person, but I am going to push it. But the idea with 1 million wallets is that if you got 30 people and you want to get me or you want to get another crypto person to come, 30 people or more, you want to get us to come and to pop up at your location and teach you about crypto, we will show up. So that's why we're trying to raise the money so that we don't have to charge people to have us to come show up to talk. You know, we got the money to just pick up and go to Tennessee, to go to North Carolina, to go to DC, to go to all of these places to do that. So I am going to be pushing my fundraiser more because I still believe in that. It's just that it's going to take a little bit of capital to get that off the ground.
Okay. Before we get out of here today, how do the people get in touch with you? Are you on our Phenomenal Hughes Global Network, Miss Aquarius
I
Maximus?
am, I
Oh,
am, I am,
okay.
I am, I
And
am.
and now what I also want to understand more about, are you you're part of all of our lineups. You've been coming to our events. So people want to connect with you. How do you prefer people to get that information? Should we be getting your book? How do we get crypto for my people?
You should definitely get the book. The book is on Amazon. So you can get crypto for my people there. Definitely. We are gonna do an initiative to push them in actual stores, the books. So that's coming up soon. And you can hit me up everywhere, you know, Aquarius Maximus, Savannah Evans, whatever, Crypto Diva. You just have to be very careful because there are a lot of clones and stuff like that. But if you hit somebody up and they immediately try to sell you something, it is not me. If they try to get you into trading, it is not me. That is not me at all. You definitely will know me because we're gonna have just a regular conversation. I'm not out here to recruit people. I'm here to teach people. And, you know, you can make a decision in terms of what you want to do on your own. So you'll definitely know. If I'm talking about trading, trying to get you into trading and talking about, hey, come pay this, that's not me.
I know that's right. What's the big vision? You said you wanted to start a bank, and I get that, but what do you feel like cryptocurrency is going to do for our people?
Well, it's going to give us a way to do the things we always wanted to do, and that's support each other with, you know, our own legal tender. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to empower us. Crypto is more than just money; it's data, and data becomes very powerful. So, without having our own money and having our own data, thus we are as you know impoverished as we are, really in a whole. But once we own our own data, there's nothing that we can't do. There's nothing that we can't leverage. We can really show how powerful we are. And that is my biggest thing is like we do so much and we feed into the economic system. We are the backbone of the economic system in this country and in this planet. And I want to be the one to prove it. That's the Scorpio side of me. I want to prove it to you that, you know, I want to prove who really has the economic power around here. And that's the way to do it. So, you know, call that my Scorpio side, but that's my Scorpio side. I do want to prove it. I do want to shout it from the mountaintops that your corporations wouldn't be your corporations if it weren't for the dollars that we're spending, if it weren't for the influence that we are creating on the internet and social media, et cetera. You'd be nothing without us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Aquarius Maximus, for joining us on Mocha Money Monday. This podcast is brought to you by the Phenomenal Hughes Global Network and our friends at Wellson's Financial Group. If you are ready to become a bankable CEO, if you know you need capital, if you know you need coaching, if you know you just need a community that can make you think bigger, we're the community for you. We're the epicenter of phenomenal women and men. And if you are ready to go to the next level, we're ready to help you get there. Thanks for tuning in to another Mocha Money Monday podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Scott, and we'll see you next week. See you later. Peace.